So the first piece of gear was her muzzle. Luckily, we didn't need it very much, but especially in the beginning and then back at home, if she's still having issues, I would start with it first. She did okay with smudge during our trials with Dad, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would still keep it because I kind of custom fit it for her.
Okay.
And it's really good for her to have at the dog park at first until she gets a chance to get comfortable with the other
Okay.
dogs.
Yeah.
If you do go to the dog park, it'll be good for her because she gets to kind of be around other dogs.
Yeah.
And especially with them running around, she definitely got more comfortable like being around like that kind of situation as time went on.
Okay.
But
And we don't want to lose that, so we'll definitely start.
yeah, so
It's Cherish's robe.
if you want, you can go ahead and take her out since all the kids are here, and I'll show you how to put it on. So
You wanna
that
get
way
her
you
out,
have it
buddy?
on the video.
Can I walk her?
Hold on. We're gonna. Oh no! Hey, Cherish.
Oh,
Well, I asked Ian to do it, babe.
okay. Group effort. All right.
Come here, honey. No. All right.
So,
I would like you guys to go play, please. Ian, put it down.
What is it?
Put it down, please.
yes.
Ian, go play.
So this is the center strap. So it's gonna go over her head in the middle, and this part here is gonna go on her
I know.
right side,
I know you want to go with
with
them.
the strap being on the left.
I know. Hey, there you go.
Okay, so that's just gonna go up and over. A little bit hard to do one-handed. So it looks like that. Yep. And then this is just twisted too, so you'd have to turn it back around. It might be twisted from that part.
I know, honey. You want to go to your kids? I know. Oh, I see. It's just right there.
Yeah. There you go. And then clip it in. There you go.
Nope.
And that's it. And it's adjusted so that
Stay back.
way she should still be able
Pop, here.
to take treats and stuff with it on, and pant and drink water, but she won't be able to kind of fully open her mouth, right, and chomp down on it.
Right. Hey,
Good
good
girl.
girl.
Alright, so that's the first one. She's getting a little bit more used to it, but then recently we haven't really needed it. So,
Yeah.
you know, if it might take some more adjusting back again if she has it on for an extended period of time.
Did she end up doing okay with the other dogs in your house?
Oh no, she did great. But what really helps her is how the other dog behaves and acts. Like I know you probably didn't get a chance to watch it last night because we got it in so late, but it's unfortunate because your new pup is a puppy.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much the only pup that she was apprehensive about last night. And it's just sometimes that puppy energy. Right?
Yeah.
And their natural excitement just kind of clashes with a
Yeah.
dog like her with her personality when she's a little bit more timid. But she was able to meet other dogs that were a lot more
Calmer.
calm and let her kind of approach in. But the good news is, you know, so long as you're able to kind of help referee, their relationship will only get better.
Right. I mean, he's already
Because-
almost one, and so he'll start, hopefully, in the next year. Maybe he'll start to settle down.
Yeah.
Pop.
And
what are you doing,
she'll
good
get to
girl?
kind of get used to him as he's calming down. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll kind of meet in the middle.
Sorry, Levy.
And what will help a lot too is if you take him to the dog park together, so that way he gets that
Yeah.
opportunity too to socialize and run and get that energy out. Because he was pretty good with the other pups as well. They're definitely a lot
he's a
more
social-
like playful, yeah.
Yeah, he's a social dog. He wants to be
And-
playing with other dogs.
And him getting that energy out when we get back at home, he's a lot more calmer.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
and she doesn't have to like really struggle to tolerate with him
Yeah,
so
no,
much
we run him a
down
lot
there.
during the day, just on our property. But he runs a lot, plays in the river, like
There you go.
chases the ducks.
This is her training vest. Just use this while we're at the dog park so that way people would know.
But
you
she
know.
was in training. Okay, so that's what I should put her in that when we first go to the dog park.
It just depends, because if you're a regular like I was, I'll still do it just so that way people will know, oh, you know, what are they training for, and you can start that conversation. But if you're usually going to your dog park anyways, most of the people will know already, or you can talk to them. But this is just good for like if you're out in public or at a new dog park or something like that, just to give a visual aid. And maybe some people would like maybe be a bit more apprehensive, especially with children, right? Because they said she's really good with kids so long as she gets to be the one to initiate.
Right.
But if they like just jump in and be like, oh God, she's a little bit on the
She's
back
not as
foot.
interested, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've seen that with the kids' friends too. You can move my keys if they're in the way.
no problem. And then this was
So-
her old one. Okay, and another piece of equipment that we didn't use very much, but you guys might still find useful, is the Dr. Trainer collar. And this one is prongless, and we just use the beep and the vibrate
The
to help
sound.
redirect her. And I'll show you on my phone here, and we'll set up the app for you as well. I like this brand because it's very customizable. I'll show you what I mean. So long press to hold to turn it on. It'll automatically connect. Got Poppy there. Alright, so the first thing is going to be your bark stop. This is really good in case you're walking her later on in the evening, or if like it's a little bit quieter and she gets into one-on-one situations where she starts to be a little bit more apprehensive or timid, right? I find it's usually when it's dark out too, because she can't really see and she might just be unsure of somebody. She'll start kind of growling or barking. I'll either just redirect her with my with my name, with her name and a treat, or the ultrasonic. But this is good because if you have your hands full, as soon as
I always have my hands full.
Yeah, I figure so. If she barks, this will automatically correct her or help to redirect her, right? Because it's going to interrupt. So the auto bark is on. If you went to the dog park and you needed to pause it, right? You can have it paused and not on for a select number of durations. But I usually just turn it off, right? That way you don't have to turn it on or off. You can leave it on her, right? In case you need to manually trigger it, which is here with the phone remote.
Okay.
So I'll go back to that later. But so you have stop, which just turns off the auto bark feature. Pause, which gives you a time that you can set it for, and then auto, which means as soon as it hears her bark, it'll automatically trigger something. The trigger loudness, I actually have it on the lowest because she's small, and
Yeah.
also I would actually like it to trigger as soon as possible, maybe when she starts growling or grumbling, right? To help redirect early as opposed to when she's like full on barking or panic mode. Never really needed it though. And then the training mode that I have it on right now is progressive. So for the first bark, it's just gonna make a sound. Second bark, if she barks again, it's gonna do a sound and vibration. Never got past that. Then the third bark is sound and then a medium vibration.
Okay, and how do I pair it with the collar once I put the app on my phone?
I'll help you set it
Okay,
up.
my phone in the van, so we'll have to get it.
Okay, we'll do that on
Yeah.
the video. And then the last thing is the phone remote. And I like this because if you did either, I know he was talking about having problems with her maybe being on the sofa and getting
Getting angry if she.
guarding when
Yes.
new people are in or kids are trying to like take her space. You can put this on her when you're expecting company, so that way you can manually trigger it. Good girl, right? And get her attention, either to call her off or move her without having to get close to her,
Okay.
right?
Can you use the app for multiple collars? So if I were to get one for Smudge also?
And all you would do is when you go back here, is you'll kind of see I've
Oh yeah,
I've
you
gone
got a lot
through,
of dogs there. Yeah. Okay.
And you would just select the right one.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to pair it and everything, and it'll be the same process for getting a new one for Smudge. But that could be good too. All right, so
I
that's
know
the
you
first.
want to go with your kids so bad.
So that's the first one.
Come say hi to her, Ian. She wants.
And then,
She's so happy to see you.
okay. And then the second device, which we actually used a lot more, and you might have saw in one of the correction videos.
I
when we
actually
were-
have one of those.
Oh, perfect. So, do you not need this one?
I don't
then?
need that one.
Okay,
No, I've
cool.
already got one.
All right, I'll save it for the next pup.
Yeah.
But all I would do, and it's really good because it helps you to kind of recognize when you need to trigger it too.
Right.
Right? So as soon as you see that, the other dog is going into her space and she's starting to get upset before she snaps, before she has to snarl, if you can't move the other dog away, which I would prefer that you do first,
Sure.
this can also help to disrupt the situation, when you time it right, so that way she backs up,
Right.
right, as opposed to guarding, because she will actually do that now too, which is really good. She'll have her treat, and then if another pup comes in, she might actually move away from it as well.
Okay.
It just depends, because she's been corrected for
Yeah.
snapping, right? We want to avoid it, and we want to try to help her out as much as possible, but at the same time, if she does, go towards the other dog and tries to hurt them to make space, we need to correct that behavior
Yes.
as well. Luckily, like I said, most of the time we just redirected and it was perfectly fine. But every now and then you'll see in a couple of the videos, you have to just be like, no puppy, when she snaps.
Yeah.
These are some of her favorite treats. She really liked the low sodium turkey deli meat that I had as well. so this can really help with the training process and
You wanna give it to her?
giving her. There you go. Good girl. Especially if she may be apprehensive of somebody on the street or something like that. Good girl.
Go
No,
play,
we don't
bud.
wanna-
Bless you.
No, we don't want to give her too much right now for her ride, but
Go play, buddy. We're leaving in a few minutes. Get
she
your
was
energy
really
out.
good with pretty much anything.
Yeah, she's not picky.
Yeah, and it was all pretty good with her stomach too. This was the bone that we practiced on. It's just stuffed with like the peanut butter.
Oh, she likes that, huh?
Yeah. And then these, some different ones. I tried to get longer things so that way you can kind of safely.
We're talking. I need you to wait.
It's just a bone. So preferably you and your husband will be able to kind of help at the same time with each one controlling a dog. But if you only have time and only one of you guys is available, I'd recommend working through the crate just for safety's sake.
Okay.
Right? Because you can still elicit a lot of the same reactions, but then you don't have to worry about her, physically controlling two dogs. You can just physically control one dog and have your hand on like the remote or your phone for correcting or something.
And you're saying have them practice with the same treat?
Yes. So that way they get used to sharing. One thing that he said that Poppy does is that kind of that hoarding.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna take this and save it for later. And that's one thing that we tried to, we didn't really give her an option to at my place, but what we really tried to kind of cultivate more is that treat sharing time.
Right.
Especially right around lunch or in the afternoon, when they have some downtime, because she was pretty uncomfortable with it, and she got better too, even at the dog park. But you can tell at first, even if there was something, if there was a group there, she wasn't comfortable in that situation. But then towards the end, she was actually really good with sitting and waiting her turn and getting treats with everybody else around. So just really making it so she's comfortable enjoying treats as a family, as opposed to having to like hide and like enjoy her
by
treat
herself, right?
away from another dog.
Well, and to be fair to her, Smudge steals them.
Yeah.
So
and so
that's the behavior that really needs to be corrected.
right. So that's going to be up, on your shoulders there, right?
Yes, which is one of the reasons I like the idea of getting that same color for him.
But yeah, longer treats really work out well, so that way, she can share one end and then he can share the other end. Eventually get it to the point where both my dogs are out and they just both chew with me in the middle, right? That way nobody owns it but me, and you guys are enjoying it because of me, right?
Yeah.
They don't get a chance to claim it.
Poppy, come here. Poppy, come here.
These are more like jerky sticks,
Yep.
so you can break them off too a lot
Yeah.
easier.
Poppy wants it.
She's not allowed to be in there.
Yeah,
Poppy, come
sorry
here.
guys. And then this is a rawhide-free bully stick.
Okay.
And she seemed to really like it. It's a little bit harder to break because it's chewy, so
Yes.
it's more like pliable than anything else, but it's still another good long alternative. And then she really liked the churro as well.
Okay. Yeah, and the issue is that, pretty much any treat at this point for Smudge is like a 2-bite. There's virtually nothing that's indestructible enough for him.
Yeah. And that's actually good because we want treat time to be controlled and in the moment that we're having it.
Audrey? Nope. Mm-mm. No, ma'am.
And all these are good except for the bone, which is the longest lasting one. All these are pretty easy for them to
Quick
kinda,
and yeah.
But I say it's they're balanced enough that it's better than just like the one treat.
Right.
Because it'll help you kind of extend that kind of training
Yeah.
session out a little bit.
Yeah, and I've got some long ones too
Hey.
that I use for smudgy that are chewier. They're harder. They're not rawhide, but they're harder, so they have to be.
There you go.
They can gnaw on them instead of just eat them.
Yeah, you want to try to aim for that sweet spot where, because you're not gonna want to sit there for
Yeah,
for 20
forever,
minutes while
yeah.
they share one of those big dino bones. It'll be nice. So if you did have time, that would definitely be an option. But this way you're there for maybe like 10 minutes
Yeah,
max. Working with
Yeah.
it.
Guys, do you think you might scare the turtle if you run towards it screaming?
I don't know.
Okay, let's walk towards it calmly. I know turtles are very exciting.
And if you want, I'll pause this. I'll let you go grab your phone and I'll get everything set up.
Oh,
It's a little turtle.
He's hiding.
Yeah, he's probably scared.
I wonder what turtles eat.
The tortoises. Yes, when we had tortoises, they like to eat lettuce.
So search for Dr. Trainer. I remember when going to Chuck E. Cheese was a good time.
Right? Like this is a whole event we're having.
I wonder how many of them are having a party too.
I bet it's like a family, right? That has a bunch of birthdays in 1 month.
Maybe.
An extended family.
I didn't know that you can rent out the area. That's kind of cool though. Have like a little.
Hey guys, do not touch the turtle. Am I clear?
Oh gosh.
All right, everybody away. Let's leave him be. Come on, go play.
Yeah, it's too bad they weren't here last week. It would have been
Go
really
play.
good.
I was looking at some of the fall festivals up here, thinking maybe we'd stop at one of the evening ones on our
Oh, there you go.
just because they sat at soccer for an hour and then they sat in the car for 3 hours.
I gave the turtle
Hopefully you can find something to do.
Oh yeah,
around
there's tons
here.
of stuff
I
up
gave
here.
the turtle something.
Oh,
Okay, no more. Go play.
So go ahead and hit the skip button, and you can always do that later.
Okay.
And where's the caller? All right. So it should, when you hit add, it'll walk you through. So you need to activate Bluetooth. Yep. And then when you go back to the app, it'll show you everything, which is good because the app will kind of guide you through the instructions on setup as well in case you forget, and then allow while using the app. Allow. There you go. All right. So to power it on, you press and hold the power button for 1 second. Okay. Yep. And then to pair, you double click. There it goes. I double clicked too fast. So hit connect. There you go. Now you have Poppy. So what you want to do when you buy smudges is hit add and then
Do the
double
same
click.
thing.
Yeah.
You get add smudge. Okay.
And do you have any questions on the settings? So go to, there you go. The bark stop is on automatic, the trigger loudness. Now that might be something that you might want to adjust because if they both have the collar on, you don't want Smudge's collar
To trigger.
to trigger hers. So in that case,
Hold on, baby.
you would need to make her slider.
No, we're done with the turtle. Leave that guy alone. He's taking a nap. What do you need?
Can I have a turtle?
Go play.
Please?
No, we have too many animals. Go play.
So in that case, you would take her trigger loudness and you would slide that one to like all the way to more sensitive, right? So that way it'd have to be really
So we just
loud.
play with it to see what works. Okay.
And then the training mode, you can always adjust that as well. You can make it just the sound or just the vibration. And when
What's progressive?
progressive is the first bark, that's the first thing that's gonna
Got
happen.
it. I see. Okay.
And then if she barks again the
see.
second time within 30 seconds, that next thing. And you can also just do just one thing too, right? So if she barks, that one thing will happen. But like I said, we never got past the second one, and we only used it a couple times. So she's very sensitive to it. You know,
Yeah.
most of the time I don't like to use it because um, she's doing it. She's growling and barking usually at somebody because she's apprehensive of them.
Right.
Right. So instead of correcting that, I usually, if possible, try to just go ahead and close the gap so we can meet, and then she's perfectly fine. Or if you know they are not interested, or you know they're jogging or something, I'll just redirect her back to me with a treat. We'll just turn around and go the other way.
Okay.
Right.
Now, all of the devices, harnesses, all that, does that come out of the training fees we paid, or is that coming out of your pocket? Like how
Yeah.
do I? Yeah.
No,
what-
you don't have to worry about any of it.
Are you sure? Okay. I just want to make sure it's not.
No, you're good.
Okay.
But
Oh,
and then the last thing on the phone there was the phone remote, and that's just using it kind of like a regular e-collar, where you can switch on and off whatever you want. So if you wanted to just vibrate, you would turn that on and then select it,
Got it. Okay.
and then you would hit that test button or the go button.
Okay.
Right.
And this can be so Jeremy could put this on his phone too.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. All right, and then make sure you always power it off after you're done using, because it just really extends the battery life.
Yeah.
And then everything else will be in there, but the flap for USB. And this is waterproof so long as this is in there. You know, I don't know if I'd go swimming, let him go swimming with
No,
it on,
she's
but in
pretty
the
wa-
rain it should be fine.
So the anxious thing is pretty water averse too.
Oh, okay.
No cars, no water, no other dogs. She really wants to live in a bubble.
Gotcha. So you should be fine. She's got a little bit of food left, but that probably would last for a while anyways, at the rate that she was getting problems eating or
that's-
anything.
That's because she prefers to eat the cat food.
Luckily we stayed away from it. I think she's looking pretty healthy, you know?
She definitely looks slimmer.
I like how your daughter said she looked fatter. I was like, oh.
She does not look fat. She looks slimmer.
But she got in some good exercise and everything.
Yes.
So,
And we talked about being more consistent with walking her, not just running her around the property, so that we keep up the socializing.
just because it's good practice for
Yeah.
her.
We got lazy during the pandemic, right? And just were like, well, we can't really, we'll just let them run around because we're all outside all the time anyway. And so they all just run around outside.
It's understandable. That's her raincoat.
Oh, they're going to have a field day with that.
Well, I figure with Halloween coming up, they'd get her a
Yes.
costume anyways.
Oh, yes, we have a pumpkin. We have a reindeer. Yeah.
All right.
We
Yeah.
love to dress this dog up. She hates it so much.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, my husky wouldn't allow us to put
That's-
anything on her.
No, that's when you got a lot of kids, you have to wear a costume.
Good girl. Hi. Do you have any questions or anything for me? Okay.
No, I mean, as we're going through the process, I
Yeah.
may shoot you a text. And
If you need help back at home or anything, just let me know. We'll try to coordinate a day. I might have to, you know, of course, because of the distance, either meet you halfway with Smudge again,
Yeah.
or bring or probably bring a boarding pup with me.
Yeah.
So that way we can have them in the car or something while we work on them, or we can also use them as well with
I thought it was
Poppy.
chaotic though when you had Smudge and the other two big puppies.
they,
place.
they were great though. They all played and got along, so we didn't have any issues there. And it didn't take Smudge long to warm up to me, which was really good.
No, he's a friendly social guy.
Hopefully, we talked about this with your husband, is just, you know, making sure the family doesn't make him the bad guy in situations, so that way Smudge can get used to him too. Because I know that he's new, but he didn't kind of have like the same reception as Poppy did when he saw them. So we want to try to make sure that he's got a good positive view of every family member equally, whatever possible. Like, there doesn't have to be a good cop, bad cop in a family environment, especially for dogs. You want everybody to kind of be on equal playing field, so that way, especially because he's going to be bigger, you don't have any, you know, troubles further along down the road. I think it's with him, it's just more apprehension than anything else, but just to
Yeah.
avoid problems later on.
Yeah, Smudge is not. Did a potty?
She has peed. I don't know if she has gone number 2 the second time today. She went early this morning.
puppy does fine. Smudge does not take it to him. They are not.
Oh. Well,
But he's also the whole reason we got puppies because he had a rat terrier as a kid, and that's kind of his favorite breed. And so he's definitely partial to her.
yeah. I mean, it only took Smudge about a day, anyways, to get used to me. So it shouldn't take long. You just might have to put in, just a little bonding time and effort can go a long ways. And especially when you have two dogs in the same household, you want them both to feel equally loved by everybody, because that just helps with like the overall dynamics of the pack.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's rough for Smudgy because he's so big that the little ones, although it's getting better. They're warming up to him a little more now that he's not quite as crazy as he was the first 2 months.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard for puppies to calm down. That's part of why they're puppies.
yeah, and he's not at all bad for a puppy. He's not.
No, he was great.
No, he's a good boy.